folks, when I tell you it is a gorgeous night here in the jungle, that is the understatement of the year as we welcome you to Tigers Field on the campus of Dripping Springs High School, where tonight your Tigers play their third district game against the Chargers of Boerne Champion. And with that, we welcome you, everyone, to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Melvin Jones here with you, here for our third district game. Little bit of some house cleaning that I have to do. Want to apologize for cutting Saturday night short. We had a family emergency, I in particular. But everything is all good. Son is all well, and we're ready to play some baseball. The Tigers coming off a 7-3 defeat on Saturday night at the hands of Westwood. And now they're back to district play. Only one more non-district game left on the calendar. That is tomorrow afternoon against McCallum. For the Chargers of Boerne Champion, they played 6 days ago, losing to Smithson Valley. And now they're ready to play their second district game. They have one in the books, losing 11-0 to Canyon back a couple of weeks ago. Take a quick break. When we come back, our Tiger of the Week, I don't think it's a surprise who it is. And then you will hear the sounds of Jeff Goss, the voice of Tigers Field, for the national anthem, player introductions. And we're actually about to do this right now. Send it over to Jeff.
And welcome to Tiger Field in Dripping Springs, Texas, for this evening's game between the Boerne Champion Chargers and the Dripping Springs Tigers. The starting lineup for the visiting Chargers. Leading off and playing left field, number 16, Aiden Pickett. Batting second, the shortstop, Jordan Ballin, number 4. Batting third, the right fielder, number 2, Connor Holtorf. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 1, Ryan Brandon. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 29, Jacob Caraway. The designated hitter will hit for the pitcher, number 30, Cooper Marshall. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 5, Jacob Gresham. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 3, Josh Bowman. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 12, Carson Kaiser. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 10, Gage Tolberg. The Chargers are coached by Ben Woodchip. He is assisted by John Euchre, Tyler Mangold, and Craig Westmoreland. Now the starting lineup for the Tigers. Leading off and playing right field, number 14, Theo Howard. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 11, Aiden Perry. The designated hitter will hit for the left fielder, number 5, Luke Hudson. Batting third, the center fielder, number 13, Taylor Tracy. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 1, Mason Ashlock. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 21, Matt Schindler. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 4, Sam Agajanin. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 25, Brandon Harvison. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 6, Jackson Conover. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 22, Nico Ruedis. And the rest of the Tigers. The Tigers are coached by Chris Payne, and he is assisted by Caleb Reynolds, Tim Clary, and Steven Skotak. Would you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem?
Starting on a bump tonight for your Tigers is our Tiger of the Week. That is Brandon Arvison. Of course, Brandon threw a complete game no-hitter last week against the Cougars of Canyon, giving up one run. He's given up a total, folks, of 2 hits in 2 games of district play. So Big B on the bump tonight for your Tigers. Playing at first base, number 1, Mason Ashlock. Playing at second base tonight is going to be the JV call-up, number 6, Jackson Conover. Playing shortstop in his usual position, Nico Redis. Playing at third, Sammy Akajanian. Your outfield tonight in left field, number 5, Luke Hudson. In center, the freshman phenom, Taylor Tracy. In right, Theo Howard. And behind home plate tonight in his normal position, Matt Schindler. Chargers tonight, starting off, Aiden Pickett, Jordan Ballin, and Connor Holtorf. The first 3 up the bat tonight for the Chargers. As Brandon Arvison continuing his warm-up tosses. Tonight our QA is the best in the biz, Nate Nunez. Every single game outside of tomorrow afternoon, now on Vype Live for the rest of the season. Of course, tomorrow, the final non-district game as Aiden Pickett steps up to the plate for the Chargers to begin tonight's action. It is a bright, sunny day here in the jungle. Beautiful day. We have the windows open here in the press box. It is gorgeous. As Big B now on the bump. And at 6:59, the first pitch. And that one sails foul as Pickett takes his first sacks of the night, 0-1. Here's Big B with the windup, the delivery. And that was borderline. He didn't get the call, though. A ball and a strike now to Pickett. The wind is blowing out tonight as Arvison goes low and away. 2 balls and a strike now to Aiden Pickett. Jordan Ballin in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. Here's Arvison, delivery. That's well outside. 3-1 now on Pickett. Three balls and a strike. As Big B winds, delivers, and Pickett slices one into center field for a base hit. So the Chargers gets the leadoff runner on to begin this ball game. Here's Ballin now. One on, no outs here in the top of the first. As Arvison checks back at first, he delivers, and Ballin fouls it out of play for strike 1. Gotta love daylight savings times because last week it was nearly dark around this time. We have a lot of sunlight to go tonight. Big B checks back at first, he delivers. Catches the inside corner, strike 2. 0-2 now on Ballin. No score, top of the first. Aiden Pickett on first base. As Arvison pumps the throw to first base. And now Ballin back in the box. Down in the count, 0-2. That one goes outside, a ball and 2 strikes now to Jordan Ballin. Ballin tonight playing shortstop for the Chargers. Arvison shakes off the first pitch. Checks back at first once again, and he delivers. And that goes past Matt Schindler, and Pickett advances to second. And the count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chargers now with a runner at second. No out still in the top of the first. And now Big B ready to 2-2. He checks back at second. He delivers. That one's outside, and the count goes full on balling. Connor Holtorf in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Jordan Ballin. As Big B checks back at second, he delivers the 3-2, and Ballin fouls it out of play. Count remains full. Three balls, 2 strikes to Jordan Ballin. Arvidsson delivers. That's outside, and Ballin takes first, and Matt Schindler can't find the ball. So now the Chargers with runners at the corners. No out still with Holtorf coming up.
Now batting right fielder, number 2, Connor Holtorf.
2 on, no outs here in the top of the first. And this is probably the most trouble that Brendan Arvidsson has been in all season long. 2 on, no outs. With Holtorf in the box. Arvidsson delivers, and Holtorf fouls it back to the back slot. 0-1 to the right fielder. Ryan Brandon is in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. Jacob Caraway in the hole. Arvidsson delivers. Big swing and miss that time as Holtorf foul tipped it. 0-2 now. Tigers tonight in the all whites with the pinstripes going down. Here's the 0-2 to Holtorf, and that's well inside, a ball and 2 strikes now. Big B now. Focus on Holtorf. Runners at the corners, no outs. And that's high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Connor Holtorf. No score here in the top of the first. But the Chargers with 2 on and no outs. Here's a 2-2 from Brendan Arvidsson. And Brendan Arvidsson got him swinging for the first K. As he got runners going, did Matty get him? He did. Nice play out there. First, Jackson Conover back to Matt Schindler as the Chargers try for the double steal. As Bernie Champion head coach coming to argue. Strike him out, throw him out at home, double play for the Tigers. 2 gone now. Here in the top of the first. Here's Ryan Brandon now. He has a runner on second. 2 outs now. Tigers infield doing work. Fantastic play by the middle infield of the Tigers. Big B looks back at second. He delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. And borderline, they're going to call that pitch a ball, and it's 1-0 now on Brandon. Here's Arvidsson with the 1-0. He delivers. That's well inside. 2-0 now on Ryan Brandon. Jacob Caraway in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. And Big B fires. At that time, goes straight to Nico. Nico fires to Mace, and Mace get him out. And after all of that, the Tigers avoided any runs coming across the plate. No runs, just a hit. No errors for the Big Cats. Theo, AP, Taylor Tracy, all coming up for the Tigers in the bottom of the first. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom of the first. Nothing. As here comes the sensational sophomore himself, Theo Howard. Melvin Jones back here with you in the jungle. Tigers baseball on Vype Live. Pitching for the Chargers, Cooper Marshall tonight. And Marshall now has the top of the order to deal with. And Howard, AP, and Taylor Tracy. And the first pitch goes inside, ball one. Gorgeous night. Late arriving crowd tonight in the jungle. And Marshall gets a call strike on the outside corner. A ball on the strike now to Theo Howard. Aiden Perry in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Marshall fires. And Theo swings and misses 1-2 to Theo Howard. Cooper Marshall now fires the 1-2. And Theo swings and misses, and he goes down for the first K of this ball game for Marshall. Here's AP now. AP now stepping up to face off against Marshall. Marshall delivers. AP slices it, and AP is going to make it to first base. Let's see how it's going to be scored. That is a base hit for Aiden Perry. The first lick tonight for the Tigers, and here is the freshman phenom, Taylor Tracy. 1 on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first. Marshall now, as AP is taking a nice lead off of first. And Marshall delivers. And Taylor Tracy flies it deep into center field. And it's going to go off of the wall for a base hit. Aiden Perry has wheels. He's going to make it to third. No problem. Only a single for Taylor Tracy, but he'll take it. Tigers with 2 on, 1 out. Here comes Mace. Ashlock tonight, batting cleanup. Some real good piece of hitting by Taylor Tracy. And with 2 on, here comes Mace as he's looking at instructions from Coach Payne. And now Marshall finds himself in some early trouble. And Marshall delivers. And there is the first run of the game as Mason Ashlock slices one into left field, and the Tigers lead 1-0. Good deal by Mason Ashlock. 3 straight singles now for the Tigers. As here comes the catcher, Matt Schindler. Matty Ice, if you will. Matt has been doing a fantastic job behind home plate, batting in the 5-hole tonight. 2 on, 1 out. Tigers lead 1-0. Marshall checks back at second, and he fires. And Schindler gets one to the second baseman. The second baseman can't control it. Here comes another run, and that is Taylor Tracy, and it's 2-0 Tigers. E4 there. Gets Matty on, and here's Sammy Sam. Sam McAjanian. 2 on. Once again, that's Hayden Dunn now, the courtesy runner for the Tigers. Marshall is in deep, deep trouble. 4 consecutive Tigers have gotten on base. Big swing that time from Sammy. Strike 1. Brandon Arvison in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Marshall now up in the count, 0-1 as Sammy takes the time out there. Hayden Dunn on first. Matt Schindler at second base. 1 out, 2-0 Tigers. 3 hits thus far for the Big Cats. Marshall delivers. That one is outside. 1-1 on Agajanian. As Marshall now back on the rubber. He looks back at second, and he fires the 1-1. And Sam checks his swing, and Hayden gets back to first. 2 balls and a strike now to Sammy. As now it's the argument now from the dugout of Boerne Champion. They are upset that the home plate umpire didn't call a strike on Sammy. Sammy didn't go all the way around, though. So the right call was made by the umpire. Marshall fires. That's high and inside. 3 balls and a strike now to Sammy. Two nothing Tigers, bottom of the first. As Marshall checks back at second. Sammy fouls it to the backstop, and the count goes full. Sam now gets back in the box. With the full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still 1 out in the bottom of the first. Schindler is taking a nice lead off of second. Marshall shakes off the first pitch. Now he's ready. Here's the 3-2 to Sammy. And Sammy swings and misses, and that's the second strikeout for Cooper Marshall. And second out of this inning, here comes Big B with a chance to help his own cause right now with 2 on and 2 out. Cooper Marshall so far 3 hits, 2 Ks, 2 Tigers across the board. Marshall looks back at second, and that is inside and catches the inside corner for strike 1 on Brandon Arvison. Jackson Conover in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Here's Marshall now. Deep look at home. Big B awaits the 0-1. Marshall delivers. And that inside. And the ball that was nearly thrown away with the pickoff attempt at first. A ball and strike now to Brandon Arvison. 2-0 Tigers. Bottom of the first. Marshall looks back at second. Matt Schindler has a large lead at second. And that pitch is high for 2 balls and a strike on Brandon Arvison. Brandon is starting to be a little bit more patient at the plate. Two outs, bottom of the first. Marshall fires. That one was low and well outside. 3 balls and a strike now to Big B. Three consecutive hits by the Tigers has warranted a 2-0 lead. Arvison now back in the box. Marshall looks at second. He fires. And Brandon Arvison pops it up, and it is high. And Bowman is in trouble, and he misses it. Another run comes in. Brandon Arvison all the way to second. Another error by the second baseman.
Now batting for the Tigers.
3-0 Tigers.
Number 6, Jackson Conover.
Here's Conover now. Still with 2 on. Parker Cook, now the courtesy runner for the Tigers.
Courtesy running for the pitcher, number 10, Parker Cook.
So the 4th run for the Tigers is 90 feet away. And the Tigers lead 3-0. Marshall delivers as Conover swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 to tonight's second baseman. Nico Ruedas in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Marshall fires the 0-1, and that is high and outside, 1-1. Nico will love to come up with the bags juiced. Let's see if he can make that happen. As Marshall looks back at third this time, and he fires. And that pitch is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike now on Jackson Conover. Looking next door, I believe that is the Lady Tiger JV team playing softball. They are up 4-0 right now. And Jackson Conover gives him a base hit. 4-0 Tigers. Conover is going to find himself at second base. Great job by Conover. A 2-bagger with Nico coming up. Nico, since injuring his thumb in that invitational, has been red hot. He's more than okay with being in his 9-hole. He has 2 on with 2 outs. As Marshall looks back at second, he fires. And that pitch misses the outside corner, but barely. 1-0 for Nico. The top of the order, and Theo Howard in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. 4-0 Big Cats. Marshall fires the 1-0. Nico swings and misses for strike 1. Count is even now. A ball and a strike. As Marshall steps back on the rubber. Checks back at second and fires the 1-1. And Nico pops it up, and it is high this time. Ballin is underneath it, and he catches it for the 3rd out, but not before the Tigers bring 4 across the board. And they lead heading to the second 4-0. Top 2 coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Coming up for the Chargers as we welcome you back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. 4-0 Tigers as the Tigers bring 4 across the board. As here's Jacob Caraway to face off against Brendan Arvison, and Big B gets a call, first strike. 0-1 now on the designated hitter. Jacob Gresham in the on-deck circle. And that pitch goes outside, a ball and a strike now to Caraway. Back-to-back Jacobs for the Chargers. As Big B readies the 1-1 and he fires. That pitch is well outside. 2 balls and a strike now on Caraway. Brandon now shaking it off. And he fires a 2-1. And that pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike now to Jacob Caraway. Four nothing Tigers. And Brandon Arvison does not get the call, and Caraway gets on. So for the second consecutive inning, the Chargers gets the leadoff runner on. And here is Jacob Gresham. 4-0 Tigers, 1 on, no outs, top of the second. Brandon Arvison fires. And he gets the strike called as that pitch catches the inside corner. 0-1 now on Gresham. Josh Bowman in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. And Arvison fires. That pitch is low and inside, 1-1. Tigers are on the road for the first time in district play next Tuesday night in Alamo Heights, Olmos Park. We'll have it for you right here. First pitch, 7 o'clock on Vype Live. As a runner takes off, and Caraway gets him a stolen base. Count goes to 3-1 on Gresham.
3-1.
As Arvison awaits 3-1, he fires. And no call. So it looks like that was 3-1. That was the third ball right there. So 3 balls and a strike now to Jacob Gresham. Arvison checks back at second. He fires. And Gresham bounces to Nico. And Nico is going to go to third. And now we have a pickle going. And Caraway gets tagged out at second. Gresham is on first from the fielder's choice. Regardless, 1 out.
Now batting, second baseman, number 3, Josh Bowman.
Here's Bowman now. 1 on and 1 out. Arvidsson fires. That's inside. Great snap up there by Schindler. 1-0. Here's Big B. He fires. Swing and miss. That was a nasty pitch there by Arvidsson. Count goes even. A ball and a strike. Carson Kaiser in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. And another nice pitch by Arvidsson. Off speed. Outside corner. And he gets ahead on the count. A ball and 2 strikes now on Bowman. As Big B, he's ready. He checks back at first. He fires. And this be sliced. Great play. Oh, what a play. Jackson Conover to Nico with a fantastic play for the second out.
Now batting first baseman, number
Conover with the flip.
Kaiser.
And Nico was ready for it. Great defense by the middle infield. 2 outs now with Carson Kaiser up to the plate. And nice pitch by Brandon. 0-1. Gage Goldberg in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. 2 outs, 4-0 Tigers. Big B catches him with the inside corner. And now Kaiser down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. As Arvidsson checks back at first. That time Kaiser, Nico with a nice play. He can't get the ball out of his glove. Second hit. It was a tough play for Nico to get. Nonetheless, second hit tonight for the Chargers as Gage Goldberg is up to the plate for Boerne Champion. Two hits for the Chargers as Brandon Arvidsson goes right down the middle for strike 1. Top of the order, and Aiden Pickett in the on-deck circle for Boerne Champion. Swing and miss does Goldberg and is 0-2. And now Arvidsson taking his time, checks back at second, does it for a second time, and he fires. That pitch was well inside. A ball and 2 strikes now to Goldberg. Kaiser now with a lead off of first. As Big B fires, swings and misses, and Goldberg goes down on strikes. And the Tigers stops the bleeding. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. That is all. Top of the order, Theo Howard, Aiden Perry, Taylor Tracy, all due up in the bottom of the second. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care. The sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
4-0 Tigers. Theo Howard, Aiden Perry, Taylor Tracy, all coming up this half inning for the Tigers as we welcome you back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. As here's Theo now, as Coach Reynolds running over to the first base side. 4 runs off of 4 hits for the Tigers. As Theo now steps up for the second consecutive inning, and Theo shows bunt, and that pitch goes low, 1-0. Marshall now fires the 1-0. Catches the outside corner. 1-1 now to Theo Howard. As Marshall with the 1-1. And Theo pops it up. Ballin is coming over. He's calling everyone off. And he has it for the first out of this inning. Here's AP now. AP is 1 for 1 tonight with a single back in the first. Facing Marshall once again. Tigers has been hitting a lot of first pitches on Marshall. Let's see if AP could get another one. That time, the ball goes into the dirt for ball 1. As Marshall fires, and AP slices it straight to first base. Easy play out there for Kaiser for the second out. Here's the freshman phenom. T. Tracy tonight, 1 for 1. He also had a single back in the first. 4-0 Tigers. As Taylor Tracy is probably bigger than everyone on the team but Brandon Arvison. And that pitch goes outside for ball 1.
Was the wind blowing out when he hit that first one, or did it die?
As the wind has calmed down just a bit here at Tigers Field. Marshall back on the rubber. Here's the 1-0. That pitch is inside. But T. Tracy gets a call. 2 balls and a strike and no strikes. So Marshall behind on the count. 2-0 to Taylor Tracy. And now Marshall fires a 2-0. T. Tracy swings and misses for strike 1. 2-1. Marshall back on the rubber. He fires. And Taylor fouls it out of the stadium. Count goes even. And the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. As Marshall readies the 2-2 and he fires. And did Taylor go around? He did. Another punch out for Marshall. That's his 3rd of the game. And the Tigers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on. Pickett, Ballin, Holtorf, all coming up for the Chargers in the 3rd inning. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top three here in Tiger Stadium. Melvin Jones back here with you. 4-0 Big Cats as Big B fires the first pitch of the third inning, and that ball sails well outside for ball one. Chargers going with Pickett, Ballin, and Holtorf here in this third inning, as that pitch is high, 2-0 now. Two balls and a strike now to Pickett. And that pitch catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to Aiden Pickett, the leadoff hitter for the Chargers. He is 1 for 1 tonight. Had a leadoff single back in the first. And Big B fires. He catches him again, this time on the inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Pickett. As now Pickett steps back in the box, and Brandon fires. Got him! Third strikeout for Brandon Arvison here in this ball game, and here is Jordan Ballin. Ballin walked back in the first. 4-0 Tigers. Top of the third. 1 out, no one on. And Brandon fires. Outside corner, strike 1. Beautiful off-speed pitch for Brandon Arvison. And here's the 0-1. He got him again. Brandon Arvison's location has been phenomenal so far. No balls and 2 strikes now to Ballin. Here's Big B. Fires the 0-2. And did Ballin go around? No call. And he did not. A ball and 2 strikes now to Ballin. Sun is starting to set here in Dripping Springs. The Hill Country is going to have a gorgeous night tonight. A ball and 2 strikes now to Jordan Ballin as Big B shakes off the first pitch. He fires this one, and that is a beautiful pitch, but no call. And that goes for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Jordan Ballin. Connor Holtorf in the on-deck circle for Bernie Champion. Big B fires a 2-2, and Ballin fouls it out of the stadium. Count remains 2-2. It was really windy about an hour and a half before the game. The wind has died down a lot. That time, Arvison throws it into the dirt. Full count now on Ballin. And now Ballin back in the box. Brandon Arvison fires the 3-2. And Ballin, he went around that time. 4th K tonight for Brandon Arvison. He's starting to feel his groove.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Connor Holtorf.
Is Holtorf. Holtorf 0 for 1, striking out back in the first. And Big B fires. Holtorf fouls it. Looked like it fouled off of the glove of Matt Schindler. 0-1. As looks like the umpire is having a couple of laughs there for Matt Schindler. Holtorf back in the box. And Brandon readies the 0-1, and he fires right down the middle. 0-2 now on Holtorf. Ryan Brandon in the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. and it's popped up, and Sammy is running in foul territory. Does he have room? He did, but the ball got away from him. Count remains 0-2. Very efficient game so far for Brandon Arvison. He's ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a 4-0 lead here in the top of the third. And Big B fires the 0-2, and that goes a little outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to Hotorf. And now Arvison, deep breath, fires the 1-2, and that's sails right past Matt Schindler. Count goes wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Four nothing Tigers. Hotorf back in the box. Arvison fires. Got him. Brandon Arvison strikes out the side. And the Chargers go down in order. Ashlock, Schindler, Agajanian, all due up here in the bottom half of the inning. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Schindler and Sammy all coming up here in the bottom of the third. 4-0 Tigers. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. As Mace now steps up in the box. Marshall fires the first pitch, and that pitch goes wide for ball 1. 1-0 now to Ashlock. And Marshall fires the 1-0. That one was wide as well. 2 balls, no strikes now to Mason Ashlock. As Mace now steps back in the box. Marshall fires. That's high and into the zone. 3 balls, no strikes to Ashlock. And Mace well ahead on the count, 3-0. And that time, Marshall catches the inside corner for strike 1. 3-1 now to Mace. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Marshall fires. And Mace fouls it out of the stadium. Sounds like it may have hit the bus. Full count now on Mace. And Eric Wolf says, or his truck. So now Mace with a full count against Marshall, and Mace swings and misses. He goes down on strike. Fourth strikeout for Marshall, and here's Matty. Matty so far got on from an error back in the first, and Marshall fires. That ball sails well above Goldberg's head for ball 1. One and 0 now to Schindler. Sammy Agajanian in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Big shout out to Sam Sr. out in California. We know that he's watching tonight. As Marshall fires and Matty swings and misses 1-1. Marshall now back on the rubber. Fires the 1-1. And that is a nice pitch inside a ball and 2 strikes now on Matty Ice. I would love to see a ball go over the left center fence tonight. That'd be fantastic. And Matt swings and misses, and that's strikeout number 5 for Cooper Marshall. 2 down. Here's Sammy. Sammy 0 for 1, striking out back in the first. As Marshall is back on the rubber. Here's the first pitch to Sammy. And Sammy looks at ball 1. 1-0 now to Sammy. Now Marshall readies the 1-0 real quick, and Sammy pops it up, and it's going to sail foul and out of play. That time it may have hit my car. Count is even, a ball and a strike. As Marshall fires. And Sammy went around that time. Ball and 2 strikes now to Agajanian. Sammy gets on. Brandon Arvidsson is in the on-deck circle, ready to go. Here's the 1-2 from Marshall. Sammy swings and misses, and Marshall strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Tigers go down in order. And we have played 3, y'all. 4-0 Tigers. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Ryan Brandon, Jacob Caraway, Jacob Gresham, all coming up this half inning for the Chargers. 4-0 Tigers here in the top of the 4th. Melvin Jones back here with you. Tigers baseball on Vype Live. Brandon tonight 0 for 1, grounding out back in the first as Big B fires. Brandon Arvidson's curve has been nasty tonight. That time the pitch goes a little low for ball 1. Quickly. And Caraway swings and misses that time, 1-1. Arvidsson was real quick with that pitch. Here's Big B now. Fires the 1-1. That pitch goes inside. 2-1 now. Jacob Gresham in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. Bernie Champion coming into this game 0-1 in district play. Your Tigers comes in with a record of 1-1. As Arvidsson fires, and Caraway fouls it off of the net. Count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boerne Champions' lone game was an 11-0 loss against Canyon. And Caraway pops it foul. Nice play out there by Mason Ashlock for the first out of this inning, catching it in foul territory.
Now batting designated hitter number 29, Jacob Caraway.
As Jacob Caraway now, that was Ryan Brandon that was up to bat. Here's Caraway. And a quick timeout. And now here's the first pitch of this at-bat. Swing and miss goes Caraway, and is 0-1. Now Jacob Gresham is in the on-deck circle for Boerne Champion. Brendan Arvidsson fires, and that pitch goes just a tad bit outside, 1-1. Big B gets him swing and a miss. 1-2 now to the designated hitter. Here's the 1-2 now from Arvidsson. And that pitch sails outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Caraway. As Arvidsson fires the 2-2. And Caraway pops it as an sail foul and out of play. It's amazing that many more cars hasn't been hit with as many foul balls that goes into the parking lot. Arvidsson delivers, got him swinging, and Caraway goes now for the second out of this 4th inning. Here is Jacob Gresham.
Number 5, Jacob Gresham.
Gresham got on and back in the 2nd inning off of a fielder's choice. And here's the first pitch. And that ball sails well inside. 1-0 now to Gresham. Josh Bowman in the on-deck circle as Big B couldn't get that call. 2-0 now to Gresham. And Arvidsson fires. He catches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1 now on the third baseman. As Arvidsson winds up, fires. That pitch is outside, 3-1. As Schindler comes out to talk to Brandon Arvidsson, maybe to calm him down just a little bit. As Matty now runs back behind home plate. Arvidsson's down in the count, 3 balls and a strike. And he fires 3-1. That's right down in the middle to make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now as Arvidsson winds, delivers, and that's past Schindler. And Gresham gets on after the third walk for Brandon Arvidsson. Here is Josh Bowman now with 1 on and 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Bowman tonight also got on from a fielder's choice back in the 2nd as Bowman fouls it to the back net. 0-1 now to the 2nd baseman. Bowman gets on. Carson Kaiser in the on-deck circle for the Chargers. As Bowman fouls it just past home plate, and he goes down in the count 0-2. Only 2 hits thus far for Boerne Champion. Tigers lead 4-0. Arvidsson checks back at first, and he fires. And a very late timeout that time by Bowman. Fans are not happy with that one. And here come Coach Payne to come out to argue it. That was extremely late on that timeout. Let's see. I think the timeout is going to stand, and it will. As that time. And it looks like Bowman is ready. Down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Arvidsson now. Shook off the first couple of pitches. He likes this one. He looks back at first and he fires. That's outside, but Schindler nearly picked off Gresham at first. A ball and 2 strikes now to Josh Bowman. And now Arvidsson fires the 1-2. And Bowman slices it past third base, forward base hit. Luke Hudson out there at third. He fires it back to the infield. And Nico cuts it off. Third hit tonight for the Chargers, and they have runners at second and third with 2 outs, with Carson Kaiser coming up to bat.
First baseman, number 12, Carson Kaiser.
Kaiser tonight, he's 1 for 1 single back in the first. So Bernie Champion now is in some business. Brandon Arvidsson. Nice pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 0-1 now to Kaiser. Gage Goldberg in the on-deck circle. And Big B fires the 0-1. And he got him that time for strike 2. And now Kaiser goes down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 from Big B. And Kaiser, checks his swing. Count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Arvidsson. And got him right down the middle. And Brandon Arvidsson gets out of the inning. A walk and a hit. That is all for Bernie Champion. And they leave 2. We're halfway done. 4-0 Tigers. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Ruedas, all due up here in the bottom of the 4th as we welcome you back. The Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Tigers with a 4-0 lead. Here in the bottom of the 4th is Big B now. Steps up to the plate to face the opposing pitcher in Cooper Marshall. Arvidsson got on from an error back in the first. And the first pitch of the 4th inning goes outside, but he catches the outside corner for a strike. Wow. 0-1 now on Arvidsson. Wasn't expecting that one. Marshall fires. Arvidsson pops it up. And is it going to be in play? It is not, as it goes just off the staircase here in the stands. And now Big B faces an 0-2 count. Jackson Conover in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Arvidsson back in the box. Marshall, he's ready. No balls, 2 strikes now to Brandon Arvidsson. And Marshall fires. And that's inside, a ball and 2 strikes. That one was close. Beautiful sunset tonight here in the Hill Country. And now Marshall fires the 1-2. That's well outside. Count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Arvidsson steps back in the box, and he's ready to go. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marshall fires, and that pitch is high and inside. Full count now on Brandon Arvidsson. 4-0 Tigers here in the bottom of the 4th. Now Arvidsson is ready for the 3-2, and Marshall delivers, and Brandon Arvidsson check swings it, and it goes foul off of the net. Count remains 3-2. Gotta love these 8 o'clock sunsets. They are the absolute best, if you ask me. And now Marshall fires the 3-2, and that's outside, and Brandon Arvidsson gets on for the 2nd time tonight.
Now batting for the Tigers, second baseman, number 6.
Here's Jackson Conover. Jackson tonight, 1 for 1 with a double. And it looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. And that is Parker Cook coming in to courtesy run.
Number 10. Parker Cook.
And Brandon goes out. Here's Conover. Conover called up from JV last week, and he has earned his spot in this Tiger lineup. Marshall fires. Conover showing bunt, and that is a gorgeous bunt by Jackson Conover, and he beats it out. Brandon Arvidsson goes to 3rd base. Nice play there from Jackson Conover. And here's Nico with 2 on and no outs. And hit and an error that time. Parker Cook at 3rd base. Jackson Conover at 2nd. Nico, 2 on, no outs. 4-0 Tigers. Cooper Marshall is in trouble once again. And Marshall fires. Nico shows bunt. Nico lays down another gorgeous bunt, but it's going to go foul just barely. And 0-1 on the senior. Top of the order, and Theo Howard in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. 4-0 Tigers. They are rolling right now. Nico got the call from Coach Payne. He's back in the box. Cooper Marshall in trouble once again. Here's the 0-1 from Marshall. And Nico looks at ball 1. Count goes even. A ball and a strike to Nico Ruedas. As Marshall gets back on the rubber. Nico in the box, ready to go. The 1-1 now from Marshall. Nico pops it, foul, and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes now to Nico. Six strikeouts tonight for Cooper Marshall, but he has been lit up a little bit by the Tigers. 4 runs off of 5 hits. He has 2 on right now, no outs. Nico swings and misses, and Nico goes down on strikes. Strikeout number 7 for Cooper Marshall. Here's the sensational sophomore as we're going to have a mound visit. Let's see if it's going to be a pitching change. There is activity in the bullpen for Boerne Champion. Gotta love when coaches stalls a little bit of time, kicking dirt on the rubber, kicking it off. Some sound strategy there to get your relief pitcher some more tosses. And now the ump is going to go in, break up this mound meeting. Tigers with Parker Cook at third, Jackson Conover at second base, 1 away, and Theo Howard at the plate. With 1 out, leading 4-0. As Marshall's going to stay in after that long mound visit. Conover trots back to second. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat against Theo. As Marshall fires, Theo shows bunt. Theo lays down a gorgeous one. Runners don't advance, but the ball gets away from Kaiser. Parker Cook comes in to score. Here comes Jackson Conover. He scores 6-0 Tigers, and Theo Howard goes all the way to third. Here's AP now with the run 90 feet away, and the Tigers leading 6-0. Still only 1 out. AP 1 for 2. Singling back in the first, grounding out to first base, back in the second. But now he has another run that is 90 feet away. That is Theo Howard at third. Marshall fires. AP lays down a gorgeous bunt. And that time, and Theo Howard scores. Great base running there by the sophomore. And after AP lays down that gorgeous bunt, Theo Howard scampers in for the 7th run tonight for the Tigers. They lead 7-0. Here comes T. Tracy. Taylor tonight, 1 for 2. Single back in the first. A strikeout back in the second. And now, Cooper Marshall is getting banged around a lot. He fires, and the first pitch goes outside for ball 1. 7 runs off of 5 hits and 4 errors for the Tigers. And Tracy swings and misses for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 out of Taylor. Taylor Tracy slices one in the left field for a base hit. The Tigers are still rolling. 2 away. And here it comes, Mason Ashlock. Mason's 1 for 2. Single in the first, strikeout back in the third. has another mound visit, and it looks like Cooper Marshall is done for the night, and he is. So Cooper Marshall, 3 2/3, 7 runs, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts. New pitcher coming in. We'll tell you who it is coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Aaron Basham, the new pitcher for Boerne champion. He comes in with 1 on and 2 outs. And the Chargers are in a 7-0 hole against the Tigers. We welcome you back to the jungle, the campus of Dripping Springs High School. Melvin Jones here, Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Once again, the Tigers have one more non-district game that comes high noon tomorrow against McCallum, before they head to San Antonio next Tuesday night to face Alamo Heights. 7 o'clock right here on Vype Live next week, as here comes Mason Ashlock. Basham now on the rubber. Here's the first pitch, and Mace swings and misses. 0-1 now to Ashlock. If Mace gets on, Matt Schindler is ready to go, still in his catcher's gear in the on-deck circle. And swing and miss once again does Mace. He falls down into the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Basham now with the 0-2. Swing and miss. Doesn't matter. Ashlock goes down, and that will do it. But the Tigers get 3 more across the board, and they lead 7-0 heading to the 5th inning. Brandon, Caraway, and Gresham, top of the order, Pickett, Ballin, and Holtorf coming up for Boerne champion. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
New pitcher for the Tigers as Nico Ruedas steps on the rubber for the Tigers, replacing him at shortstop. Conover moves over to the short. Aiden Perry moves over to second base. Those are the new changes for the Tigers. Brendan Arvison is now at center field. Taylor Tracy is at left. And Theo Howard stays in his normal position. So those are the new changes as Nico readies his first pitch of this game. As top of the order, and Aiden Pickett up for Bernie Champion. And Pickett fouls it off. 0-1. That is Gage Goldberg. Scorecard is all messed up, folks, but we getting it. Goldberg tonight, 0 for 1, striking out in the second. And Goldberg swings and misses for strike 2. 0-2 now to the catcher. And Nico, I'm expecting his hat to come off here in a bit. Goldberg slices it foul just past Sammy. Count remains 0-2. Nico readies the 0-2. Goldberg pops it. Nico is underneath it. And an easy put out by Ruedas for the first out of this 5th inning.
Now batting left fielder number 16, Aiden Pickett.
Here's Aiden Pickett, now the leadoff hitter. Pickett tonight 1 for 2. Singling in the first, striking out back in the third. Nico looks like he's ready to go. Pickett is, as he just steps in the batter's box. And Nico fires the first pitch just a tad bit outside for ball 1. 1-0 now on Pickett. Jordan Ballin in the on-deck circle. And Nico gets a strike call as that pitch was right on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. And Nico steps off of the rubber. Believe it or not, the 3 hits tonight were the most hits that Brendan Arvison has given up all season long. 2 hits against Johnson, and then the 3 tonight against Bernie Champion. As Pickett slices it into left field for the 4th hit of the night for Bernie Champion.
Now batting shortstop number 4, Jordan Ballin.
Here's Ballin now. Ballin's 0 for 1 tonight. Walking in the first, striking out back in the third. Brandon Arvison finishes with 7 strikeouts tonight, 3 hits with 4 innings pitched. Nico fires. Count goes to a ball and a strike now on Ballin. Connor Holtorf in the on-deck circle. Pickett leading off. Nico calls time. Nico nearly picking off Pickett. 7-0 Tigers. Top of the 5th. As Schindler now is going to take a run to talk to Nico real quick. Once again, folks, next Tuesday night, we'll head to San Antonio, Texas, in one of the most beautiful ballparks there is, against the Mules of Alamo Heights. Coverage at 6:50 with pregame. First pitch, 7 o'clock right here on Vype Live. And Nico fires the 1-1. That pitch goes outside. 2-1 now on Ballin. And Nico fires, and he hits Ballin, and Ballin gets 2 on for Bernie champion.
For the Chargers, right fielder number 2, Connor Holtorf.
And it's floodable.
Conversations in the press box. We're debating as Nico gets a strike one. As we're discussing of how nice the stadium in Alamo Heights is. I think it's pretty nice. Being overruled here in the press box, though. 2 on, 1 out. Nico fires. That is smoke from Nico. 0-2 now to Holtorf. 0-2 to Holtorf. And Nico fires. Did he go around? No call. And it's going to be ball 1 on Holtorf. 2 on, 1 out. Bernie champion down 7-0. Nico gets his first strikeout tonight as he was blowing smoke that time. 2 away with Ryan Brandon coming up.
Now batting center fielder number 1, Ryan Brandon.
Brandon's 0 for 2 tonight, grounding out in the first. Popping up to Mason Ashlock back in the fourth. Nico is just firing nothing but smoke right now. 1-0. Nico checks back at second. He fires. That pitch is a little inside. 2-0. Jacob Caraway in the on-deck circle for Bernie champion. Nico looks at second. He fires. And that time, Brandon fouls it out of play. 2-1 now to Ryan Brandon. Nico fires a 2-1. And it is sliced. But an easy put out there for Theo. And that will end the top of the fifth. 1 hit, that is all. And at the 4.5, the Tigers are pounding Bernie champion 7-0. Bottom of the fifth coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bottom of the fifth, Melvin Jones back here with you. Matty Ice, Sam Agajanian, Brandon Arvison, all coming up here in the bottom half of the fifth. And here's Schindler now. Matty tonight, 0 for 2. He did strike out back in the third. As Aaron Basham still in the ball game for the Chargers. And Basham delivers the first pitch of the inning. And that pitch goes outside, 1-0. Basham readies the 1-0, and he fires. And Schindler pops it, and it's high. Nice catch out there by Ryan Brandon for the first out of this 5th inning. Here's Sammy. Sammy's 0 for 2. Sammy has 2 Ks tonight. As Miss Jackson blasts through Tigers field. Here's Basham now with the first pitch to Sammy. And Sammy looks at ball 1. 1-0 to Sammy. Brandon Arvidsson in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. And Sammy fouls it to the back net. Count goes even, a ball and a strike. Now Basham. He fires. And that pitch goes inside, 2-1. Basham has a Bob Welch kind of a delivery there. And Sammy swings and misses, 2-2. For all of you young folks who have never seen Bob Welch pitch, as an Oakland A fan, he was fantastic. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sammy. And Sammy pops it, and it's high. And it's going to be put out that time by Jordan Ballin for the second out of this inning. And here's Big B. Brandon tonight, 0 for 0. He does have a plate appearance. Got on an error back in the first, and he walked back last inning. And here's the first pitch of Big B, and he swings and misses for strike 1. 0-1 to Brandon Arvidsson. Brandon gets on. Jackson Conover is in the on-deck circle. And that pitch goes high and inside, 1-1. And Basham fires the 1-1. And Arvidsson slices it foul and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes now to tonight's starting pitcher. Brandon tonight going 4 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. Just continuing to add on to a season total. Basham delivers. That pitch is low. Deuce is wild for Brandon Arvidsson. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now Basham fires a 2-2. And Big B fouls it to the backstop. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 once again from Basham. And he got Brandon Arvidsson looking. And that will do it. So the Tigers go down in order as Caraway, Grisham, and Bowman are all due up in the top of the 6th for the Chargers. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top of the 6th, 7-0 Tigers. Back here in the jungle, Melvin Jones here. Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Jacob Carraway, Jacob Gresham, Josh Bowman, all due up. As Nico readies the first pitch of this 6th inning, and he fires. And a nice swing and miss for Carraway. Strike 1. Carraway tonight 0 for 1. He did have a walk back in the 2nd, striking out back in the 4th. And that pitch goes high from Nico, 1-1. Nico fires the 1-1. Carraway fouls it off. And Nico goes ahead on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's Nico now with the 1-2. Oh, that is nasty and just filthy. 2nd K from Nico, and that was a pitch.
Now batting third baseman, number 5, Jacob Gresham.
First out, and here comes Jacob Gresham. Gresham doesn't have a plate appearance. Got on off of a fielder's choice back in the 2nd, walked back in the 4th. And that pitch goes outside, 1-0. And Nico fires as Gresham that time swings and misses. Count goes even, a ball and a strike. Josh Bowman in the on-deck circle for Boerne Champion. And Gresham swings and misses again. A ball and 2 strikes now to the 3rd baseman. As Nico gets back on the rubber, and he's ready. Matty sets up on the inside. That pitch sails outside, but a swing and miss by Gresham, and Nico gets his 3rd strikeout tonight. 2nd out of this inning. Here's Bowman now. Bowman's 1 for 1. His first time meeting Nico, though. Nico with 3 Ks thus far. And Bowman looks at strike 1 quickly. 0-1. Nico is ready to fire the 0-1. And Bowman swings at nothing but air. 0-2 now to Josh Bowman. Nico is ready. Here's the 0-2. That one is low. A ball and 2 strikes now to Bowman. Bowman gets on. Carson Kaiser in the on-deck circle for Boerne Champion. Here's Nico with the 1-2. That sails well outside. All deuces across the board for Josh Bowman. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's Nico with the 2-2. And that pitch goes outside, full count now on Bowman. Bowman now back in the box. Here's Nico with the 3-2. Got him looking, and Nico strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on. At the end of 5.5, Tigers lead 7-0. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Conover, Nico, Theo Howard, all coming up. 7-0 Tigers, bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Melvin Jones here with you. Aaron Basham still on the bump for Boerne champion, and Theo swings and misses for strike one. 0-1 on Conover. Basham fires. That one's high and into the zone. A ball and a strike now to Jackson Conover. Nico in the on-deck circle as Basham fires. And Conover pops it up high. Is this going to be playable? It is not. So Conover falls behind the count. A ball and 2 strikes. But no outs so far. Some weird things going on. There's no wind in the stadium. Softball field, there's wind. And Jackson swings, but he foul tips it. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Conover, of course, the JV call-up from last week. He has earned his stripes, definitely. That time he goes down, though, as Basham gets another strikeout, his 3rd tonight. Here comes Nico. Nico tonight 0 for 2. He did strike out back in the 4th. Nico has to have the coolest walk-up music. And Nico swings and foul tips it for strike 1. Tigers 7 runs off of 6 hits. Boerne champion, no runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Nico looks at strike 2. That was actually a really beautiful pitch there by Basham. And Nico falls behind the count, 0-2. Basham delivers. That pitch is high and inside. A ball and 2 strikes now to Nico. Theo Howard in the on-deck circle now for the Tigers. Basham fires. Nico pops it. Out of play, foul, count remains, a ball and 2 strikes. Chargers going to go with Kaiser, Goldberg, and Pickett in the top of the 7th. And Basham winds up, fires. Nico fouls it off once again. Really good at bat going on for Nico. Basham now back on the rubber. Nico in the box. He's ready to go. Nico this time calls time. Basham now. Fires the 1-2. Nico slices it in the left center field for a base hit. And Nico gets his first lick of the night. 1 on and 1 out. Here is Theo Howard. Theo tonight 0 for 2. He did get on an error back in the 4th. Basham now. And Nico taking a large lead off of first. He delivers. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Basham now readies the 1-0. And Theo couldn't stop his swing. He did not go, according to the umps. 2 balls and no strikes now to Theo Howard. Basham tosses it back to first. Nico gets there safely, no problem. Two 2-0 now to Theo Howard. Theo pops it foul, and it's going to sail well out of play. 2-1 now to Theo Howard. AP is in the on-deck circle. Basham now. Ready to 2-1. Nico takes off. Nico is going to get to second base, no problem. And Nico is standing at second with 1 out and a 3-1 count now to Theo Howard. Nico had a beautiful jump on that. Basham looks at second base. And Theo Howard gets on. 5-pitch walk. Here's AP now with 2 on and 1 out. AP tonight 1 for 3 with a single back in the first. Seven 0 Tigers. Bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 1 out, and the first pitch goes wide. 1-0. As AP now getting a chance from his dugout. Basham delivers. That pitch is high. 2-0 now on AP. T. Tracy in the on-deck circle. Basham is ready. Here's the 2-0. And that pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. 2-1 out of AP. Two balls and 1 strike. Basham delivers. And AP, did he go? He did. Count goes even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Basham now checks back at second. And he fires the 2-1. And AP slices it over his own dugout. Someone caught it. I missed it. Count remains even. As AP now steps back up to the dish. Basham now looks at second and he fires. AP fouls it. Yes. Out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another nice battle for a Tiger against Basham. Basham fires. And that was tight. But a little outside of the zone and the count goes full on AP. That was close. AP quickly back in the box. Basham looks like he's ready. And he fires. And the bags are juiced as Aiden Perry gets a walk. Great at bat there by AP. And with the bases loaded, 1 out. Taylor Tracy is up to the plate. T. Tracy tonight, 2 for 3, 2 singles. We are rocking in the press box. As now, Basham fires. T. Tracy swings and misses for the first strike and is 0-1. Taylor Tracy gets on. Mason Ashlock is in the on-deck circle. Here's Aaron Basham with the bases loaded and 1 out. Right on the outside corner, 0-2 now to Taylor Tracy. 0-2 to Taylor Tracy. Basham fires. Taylor Tracy goes down swinging. Second out of this 6th inning. Here comes Mason Ashlock. Mace is 1 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts, including a strikeout against Basham back in the 4th. He has the bases loaded and 2 outs now. And Mace gets brushed a little bit. 1-0 now on Ashlock. Basham gets Mace to foul it off. Count goes even on the ball and a strike. Matt Schindler in the on-deck circle. As Mace now back in the batter's box. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-1 count against Basham. And swing and miss for Ashlock. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Aaron Basham now with a ball and 2 strikes now on Mace. And Ashlock pops it up and high. Kaiser grabs it. That will end the 6th inning. So the Tigers lead them loaded, but they head to the top of the 7 with the Chargers down to their final 3 outs. 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Chargers. And this is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
The final 3. Final hope for Bernie Champion. As we welcome you back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. 7-0 Tigers. Nico Ruedas to close it out. And that pitch tips foul. Oh, 0-1 now. And we do have a new pitcher. I just realized that. As Jackson Conover is now the new pitcher. Didn't realize Jackson was not a new pitcher. But he is in to close it out for the Tigers. Jackson, beautiful pitch for the first out of this 7th inning.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 26, Cameron Logan.
Pitch hitter, Cameron Logan now in for the Chargers. Logan hitting in the 9 spot. Going up against Conover.
So neither one of the freshmen are on this team tonight. We just got them on this list.
As Logan now steps into the box. Jackson. That pitch goes outside. Ball 1. I didn't see Jackson even take any warm-up pitches. Conover goes outside once again, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 now on Cameron Logan. Jackson fires. He gets a strike call. That off-speed pitch catches the outside corner and it's 2-1. Here's Jackson now, fires. And he gets another strike call. That one looked a little high, but we'll take it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now to Cameron Logan. Conover shakes off the first pitch, and he's ready. Schindler sets up on the outside. Swing and miss, and Logan goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Conover.
Left fielder number 16, Aiden Pickett.
As Aiden Pickett now, the last hope for Boerne Champion. Pickett, 2 for 3, 2 singles tonight. Conover, that pitch goes high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 now to Pickett. That pitch outside as well. 2 balls, no strikes now to Aiden Pickett. Here's Jackson now. Fires. And that's high and into the zone. 3-0. These two teams meet next month back in Boerne, Texas, for the second and potentially last meeting these two teams will have as district opponents. Jackson fires, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Pickett. So Pickett does get on.
Now batting shortstop number 4, Jordan Ballin.
With Jordan Ballin now up to the plate. It's going to be weird to see the district alignment when that drops later on in the spring to see who Drip is going to be in the same district with next season. As we know, football, basketball did move to 6A. Baseball will be right behind. JV right now trailing 7-0 to Boerne Champion in Boerne. One more meeting with these two teams as district foes later on down in Champion High School. First of 2 meetings with Alamo Heights next Tuesday night. Remember, these two teams met 3 times last season. A ball, no strikes now to Ballin, and that pitch goes high, 2-0 now. Conover now fires a 2-0, and that pitch goes inside. 3 balls, no strikes now to Jordan Ballin. Connor Holtorf in the on-deck circle for Boerne Champion. Jackson fires. He does get that strike called, and it's 3-1 now. Three balls, 1 strike to Jordan Ballin, and Ballin fouls it off, and the count goes full now. Boerne Champion down to their final strike. Conover back on the rubber. Jackson fires. Ballin hits it. Sammy fires it. Ball game. Tigers are now 2-1 in district play. They defeat Boerne Champion tonight by a score of 7-0. We will give you the final numbers when we come back. Tigers win 7-0 over the Chargers from Boerne Champion. This is Tiger Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up. Hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well, and now as partners with Flow Sports. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Tigers, as they defeat the Chargers from Boerne Champion tonight to improve to 2-1 in district play. Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Boerne Champion, no runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Your Tigers, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Brandon Arvidsson tonight, the winning pitcher, pitching 4, giving up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Nico Redis had 4 strikeouts, 1 hit, and a hit batsman. Then Jackson Conover came in, 2 strikeouts and a walk for his effort tonight. The Tigers have given up a total in 21 district innings, 1 run. That is all. 6 hits in 21 innings. So they have been balling. The defense has been fantastic. The bats has been great as well. And the Tigers move to now 2-1 in district play. Once again, tomorrow, the final non-district game against McCollum. First pitch, high noon, tomorrow afternoon. So, good night tonight from the jungle. Tigers do what they do. Winning pitcher tonight, Brandon Arvidsson. Another shutout for him. He's giving up run, all district play. Thanks to the best QA in the biz, Nate Nunez. We will talk to you next Tuesday night from San Antonio and Alamo Heights. Tigers and Mules next week. This has been Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Good night, everyone.